I play a lot of competitive shooters, and I mean a lot of competitive shooters. Whether it's being an unfortunate son in Gray Zone Warfare, flipping cards in Fragpunk, or smashing and grabbing in the finals, this has been my default gaming night with a friend genre since I was in school many years ago. And even after many thousands of hours spread across Call of Duty, Halo Infinite, and Valorant, among others, there's something about the action in the Rainbow Six series that stands out and just feels right. Now that Rainbow Six Siege is celebrating its 10th year with a massive new update in the form of Rainbow Six Siege X, revisiting it has proven that the fundamentals of its destructive tactical style are nearly as strong as ever, even if some of the new modes might be more of a flashbang in the pan. Bomb remains the headliner mode. Two teams take turns on offense and defense, trying to either fortify their position and protect a bomb, or battle their way in to defuse it. And if you die, you're out for the round. That concept has been around for decades, but Siege's distinctive entrenchment and destruction mechanics make its version stand out, and both sides of that coin are extremely fun. I'm a huge fan of the preparation phase. It's so much fun to throw down a bunch of temporary walls, set up these traps, and dare the attacker to come and try to defuse your bomb. I love being on offense just as much, scouting with my little remote-controlled camera, trying to gather intel 1 second, then zooming and jumping around to dodge incoming fire from the enemy in a makeshift game of Droney Hawk's Pro Skater. Once the action starts, it becomes an intense game of cat and mouse. Attackers can come from any direction, including through walls, and those moments of silence before all hell breaks loose are intense. The fast time to kill rewards smart positioning over twitch skill, and I appreciate the way the relatively slow aim down sights animation forces you to decide before a fight how you want to engage. This is a thinking man shooter through and through, and the way you can easily lean from side to side to get a better shot without exposing your body makes the gunplay feel almost like a martial art. Operators are Siege's cast of playable characters, and there is an impressive list of 75 of them. Each plays at least slightly differently, with half reserved for attackers, half for defenders. They do a great job catering to all kinds of playstyles, whether you want to smash through walls with your big hammer as Sledge, or dash around at high speed as Oryx. It is surprising that the Siege X update didn't add anyone new to the roster, though we did get Rora just a few months ago, so there isn't exactly a drought. I appreciate how easy it is to open a menu and see some simple videos explaining how each character's abilities work, since there's so much to learn. In addition to Bomb, Siege has had a smattering of other modes, like Deathmatch, Hostage, and Secure Area for a while. Each functions as an interesting change of pace, though I found that to be all they were good for in the long run. The training playlist, however, is well worth your time. It has special game types, like Landmark Drill, which sends you to find a tablet in named locations around a given map. That's a great learning tool that builds skills that translates directly to other modes, which helps make Siege pretty welcoming to newcomers, despite being around for so long and having built a pro-level community. The Siege X update adds a new 6 vs 6 mode called Dual Front, but that too seems more likely to be a palate cleanser than a destination. Here, both teams attack and defend areas simultaneously, with 3 enemy sectors to capture, 1 at a time, to win. There are no restrictions on what type of character you can use, though only 37 of the 75 operators are eligible selections. Sorry Lion, maybe next time. My main issue with it is that the single available map is enormous, which, combined with the fast time to kill of Siege, means you tend to spend just a small fraction of the match duration involved in actual action. The only consequence to dying is a 20-second respawn timer, which robs Siege of the pulse-pounding, high-stakes feel Bomb does so well. It never took more than a few rounds of Dual Front before I wished I was back doing that instead.
Changing mags!
Siege X is built around a limited free-to-play model. I say limited because, while you can absolutely play Siege X for free, it locks some key mode variations, like Ranked and Siege Cup, behind a paywall. You'll need to spend around $20 US if you want to access those. That seems like an odd choice for something that already has a robust shop and battle pass system for generating money, particularly when other popular games, like Marvel Rivals, don't do any of this kind of segmentation between paid and unpaid players. The most important unlock is new operators, because having the ones you need to pull off your favorite strategies can directly dictate how effective your team can be in combat. There are a few ways to get them, and thankfully everyone is available without spending any money, though of course that option is on the table if you need to speed things up. Some unlock as you level up, others become available by completing challenges once you reach level 20, or you can buy them using one of 2 in-game currencies, Renown and R6 credits. Renown is earned by completing matches, while R6 credits are a premium currency you can buy with real-world money. $9 gets you 1,200 credits, with some discounts for buying more at a time. The cheapest operators cost 1,000 Renown, which takes about an hour to earn, or 240 credits, which are both pretty reasonable. The price tag is higher depending on how recently the character was added, however. Some cost as much as 25,000 Renown, which means you could end up investing more than a full day of playtime just to get one new operator. You can get those same people for 600 R6 credits. And with how good some of those more expensive operators are, that monetization push starts to become a pretty aggressive shove. I mean, Alibi here can set up a trap with her holograms and do this. So of course you'll want her available. The other things you can spend your hard-earned money on include a battle pass and, naturally, cosmetics. The battle pass is your standard mix of free rewards for everyone and additional unlockables for opting into the premium version. Unlike the typical linear progression though, it does offer some branching paths, a nice touch to let you steer towards prizes that interest you. The cosmetic options, meanwhile, are pretty great, especially the operator skins. It's hard to resist the urge to swing a big old hammer dressed as Master Chief or terrorize the other team as a bloody Homelander. One of the hallmarks of Siege has always been the way you can punch through walls, breach barriers, or come crashing down through the ceiling into your assault. That still works as well as ever, but it feels like it could have used an update for this 10-year relaunch celebration. For all the walls you can Kool-Aid Man through, there are still a surprising amount of invincible barriers like this, that make its destruction system less flexible and realistic than a more modern game might be. This is especially true on rooftops, which limit your options for a vertical breach to the small number of predetermined access points. Those limitations stand out when other games that have come along since Siege first blazed the trail let you smash through almost anything. I'm not saying Siege needs to let you literally bring down the house, but the fact that I can't throw some thermite under the bomb and drop it through the floor like I can with the bank in the finals really sticks out. On the other hand, some things have not only stood the test of time, they've aged like fine wine poured directly into your ears. A decent audio system, especially headphones, has always been an advantage in Siege, thanks to its outstanding sound design, and Siege X has noticeably improved it. The most significant difference I've heard is in footsteps above and below you. Once you learn to recognize the difference between the booming noise above versus the more hollowed out sounds below, you can start to close your eyes and pinpoint exactly where threats will come from. Op 4 eliminated. Which is such a cool gameplay-based reward for paying attention to the details. Siege X brings a few other extremely situational upgrades I quite like. Rappelling is one of the most fun offensive options. Hanging upside down like a tactical Spider-Man and getting the drop on enemies watching stairways and doors who forget to look up has always been supremely satisfying, though until now, that has tended to leave you a sitting duck, or a piñata, if the enemy sees you. But new options to sprint along the wall or jump around corners means getting spotted is an instant death, and I found myself using it a lot more as a result. There aren't any new maps in the latest update, which is too bad, but it's not like Siege was lacking in that department. Ubisoft did give 5 of the 26 existing levels a facelift with improved lighting and new 4K textures, with more to come later. They also featured the new destructible objects like gas pipes and fire extinguishers, which can be shot to create jets of flame or smoke. It's extremely rare for that to matter in a fight, but it does have a very cool cinematic flair, with just a touch of area control that I appreciate. Even 10 years in, Rainbow Six Siege X remains a lot of fun to play, and mastering every operator will be enough to keep me coming back for more long after I finish this review. With its outstanding bomb mode as its centerpiece, this is a great option for anyone who likes their shooters with just as much focus on planning and outwitting the competition as there is in beating them to the shot. There are elements like the limits to destructability that show the age of Siege's underlying technology, and I have concerns about how unlockables ratchet up the pressure to spend on the slightly unconventional free-to-play model. But it's tough to beat the thrill of a tense match versus another squad of operators. The X update is a solid step forward for Siege, a great jumping in point for anyone returning, and just the right spot for those looking to breach these walls for the first time. For more, check out our reviews of Splitgate 2 or Dune Awakening. And for everything else, stick with IGN.